start streaming now.
Oh, it's Wednesday. It's 7:30ish. I don't have a song to sing because I'm sad. We're sad, okay? But we're going to get through this together because one represents all. We are the Source Wall. Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. How everybody doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm not angry, I promise. I'm just I'm just here.
Yeah.
No, yes, how's everybody doing? How's your week been so far?
Busy.
Feels like it just started. I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
Yeah.
I know.
It literally feels like the week just started.
Yeah. It's been a hard couple of weeks. This is a hard month, should I say? It's hard month. So
it's a hard year.
Yeah. Yes. Everything has been difficult, but we will prevail. You know why? Because we are the children of the sun. That's all I have to say on that. Yeah. What news have we got today?
So unfortunately we have to start with some sad news. Chadwick Boseman has passed.
Wait, what?
What? Please don't tell me you didn't know this. Karen,
are you serious, Karen?
Chadwick Boseman, fuck off. Of course I did.
Oh my God, you scared the shit out.
Jesus, man.
I was like, where have you been? No, yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to make light of his death at all. He's one of those celebrities who, not saying anyone deserves to die, but when you hear about a certain, I don't know, like I remember when Paul Walker died. I know not everyone's a fan, but I thought he was like one of the nice ones. He wasn't all about being in the public eye, and he did a lot for people, and he was just about making a movie. And it's just, I don't know, like why him and not, I don't know,
Donald Trump.
Do you get what I mean?
Boris Johnson. Some racist.
Katie Hopkins.
Yeah, you get what I mean? It's always like someone who I don't want to say benefits the earth, but it's always someone good that dies. When there's like so many shit people out there and they're just living. It's weird. I don't understand this world at all, man.
No, it was sad. Like when you obviously everybody got the news, and like I woke up in the morning and I just saw it and I was like, I don't think I've ever had that kind of reaction over a celebrity like that. You know what I mean? Like there's, I've been around from when, Nelson Mandela died, and like you said, Paul Walker, and James Brown and Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, and I was sad because obviously we lost.
Out with these people while watching.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and it's just, but I don't know what it was about this one. Like this one, it felt like I just got sucker punched in my whole ribs and my stomach, and I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out, and I was like, wow. Like he meant that much. So it was like, it was devastating. It was absolutely devastating.
Fuck his movies for a sec. Like he himself, he always had this kind of regal presence. And I remember I said it. And then it's like, it's that word regal is like all in the papers and the articles and stuff. But it's like, he really did have this presence. Like I don't know, man. He was just a good dude. And the fact that he did what he did, like all the movies he made,
and didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, but while sick is like, who does that? He's something else.
It's really sad what happened. Obviously he knew like 4 years previously. Probably didn't expect it to kind of happen, progress so quick. But he was a good guy, man. Good guy for, like you're saying, like for different people, and especially other people who's going through what he was going through as well.
Yeah. And I was watching a lot of podcasts and just like seeing like grown men. They were crying. And they're from all walks of life. Like there were some podcasters who were like, we only started making podcasts because of Black Panther, because of the movie. You know what I mean? Because of him. You know what I mean? So it's just like what he did for not only our industry and our community, and especially just us as geeks or us as black people, it was just like he was the first solidified. No shade to anybody else, no shade to Wesley, Will Smith, none of that. But like he was the first solidified like proper superhero.
Yeah, for real.
That embodied superhero.
Yeah. No, he was.
You know what I mean?
Shade to Will Smith and okay, Blade. Wesley Snipes played Blade, and as far as I'm concerned, he did set the pace.
Yeah, no, definitely. But
he wasn't in the MCU, and Will Smith when he played
Hancock,
that wasn't even like a Marvel or a DC character. So it's like for us, even though we had Blade, because like I remember when the MCU started getting big. So around around Captain America Civil War or Age of Ultron, I'm talking about like Marvel with people at work, and I put up, I think Blade came up, and this girl I know was like, wait, Blade is a Marvel hero, and I was like, yeah. There's a lot of people that Blade was they just thought it was a movie about vampires and a guy who so when we got Black Panther, sorry.
No, I was like, it's not Twilight. It's just
when we got Black Panther, it felt like we finally had one of ours out there.
Yeah,
and everyone can see it. Everyone can see it. Sakura-chan.
Yeah,
that's that she heard me.
Everyone
can see it. Everyone can see it, and everybody loved it. When you heard hating comments, you know why they were hating. I can't go to get into that, but for the most part, everybody loved it. And it's like we go to Comic-Con or as kids, Halloween or whatever, and we dress up like Superman and Batman, dress up as Spider-Man. But we had like little white kids dressed up as Panther and grown men dressed up as Panther, and I just thought that was dope. It's a shame.
Yeah, you did definitely, and it's not only really Black Panther as well. If you actually notice all the films that he was doing, like he wasn't picking just any random films. Really.
His films were like they were deep impact films, and it was funny. Like most of his characters in films, either obviously they were going over like a massive feat of something, or there were characters who weren't here anymore. So it's weird when you look at it like that. It's like obviously like he must have known, some part of him must have known and been like, "Rah, I'm not gonna be around for a long time, but I want people to think of me how people think of the people that I've been playing." You know what I mean? So you want it to be like a jewel. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, he's an Infinity Stone. There's like Ether, there's the Tesseract, then there's the Chadwick. It's just like you can put him in. There's 7 now. Okay, there's not 6. There's 7. So nice. Yeah, but sorry. Yeah, you're going about the film. So sorry. Yes, can't.
So no, just just like Jackie Robinson and James. What was it? Get on up.
James Brown. Yeah. You haven't watched James Brown? You need to watch James Brown. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've not actually seen
absolutely amazing. It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
I've not seen it. I just added it to my list on Netflix as well. I didn't even know. To be honest, I'm not going to be fake and be like jumping on a Chadwick bandwagon. I didn't even know the movie existed.
Yeah.
I found out. I added it to my list straight away.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so R.I.P, man. R.I.P. to one of the great ones.
All of us here at the Source Wall, Beyond the Wall. Love to the family, friends, and fans, and just bless his soul and all of that. Just I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. Just let that be an inspiration to everybody to just always strive for what you love to do.
The thing is, sorry, like what you're saying there, exactly. Like strive for what you're going to do. It's really crazy actually going back and listening to his interviews in what do you call it? What's the word? When it's already happened. But actually watching his interviews again and seeing it from the perspective of now, it's really kind of deep. Like what he said.
Hindsight,
that's the word.
One thing for people who are like, not even just entrepreneurial, but people who have goals in life. I always say there's like a million reasons not to do something. You got to focus on the one reason to do it. And if you've got a goal, whatever it is, like this man was sick. He did X amount of movies while he was not sick with the flu or a cold or a bad knee. Like he had a big C. He was like, and he still managed to do his weight training, his martial arts, and still look good for a superhero role. You know what I mean? And he did, you know, a bunch of other movies while under this condition. He did it well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He put healthy actors to shame.
Yeah.
Because
no, seriously.
Did his thing, man. And it's just a testament. Like, if you want something, go for it. You can't, I'm sick or this. Find a way. He did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do what you love. And to everybody who is battling something, you know what I mean? The fact that you getting out of bed in the morning, if you can do that, that's superhero mentality. You know what I mean? Yeah. The fact that you woke up in the morning, that's superhero mentality. Like, I know it's like a lot of people are just like, no, like he did something, I don't know, like you said, miraculous. Because, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know, touch wood, and we never get anything like that. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But he did something miraculous, I think, because it was just, he was meant to. Yeah. So we just got to take that and being like, rah, thank you for that. But anybody else who's dealing with anything physical or mental, just know that getting up in the morning and doing what you love to do is enough, because you're enough. And yeah, that's it. But give everybody their flowers now. No one did it. Now, you know. Exactly. So yeah.
Unfortunately, the second part of this podcast is another death.
Why?
Oh man, this year is just stupid, man. I hate this year.
This year, it's the year of cleansing, but I don't want people to be cleansed this way. It's just a lot.
It's way too much, man. So the voice of Cyclops in the X-Men animated series has died. Yeah, that's Norm Spencer. So he played the voice of Cyclops in the animated series. He also did the voice of Cyclops in the Spider-Man animated series, as well as the Street Fighter games, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Children of the Atom, Marvel series, superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom 2. Yeah, man, that's one of the reasons why I love those games as well. It's because it's the same. Yeah, the same.
I remember they had Spider-Man, because I remember he'd be like, "Hey, do your job."
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that he had died as well. I was like, "What? Yeah. Come on, man!" Like, I mean, 60s isn't even that old.
No. Oh, careful. It's not.
Shelf.
Yeah.
Don't tell us Samuel's next, man. That better not be a Samuel.
No.
Shh. Don't even put that into the universe, alright?
Universe.
Don't listen.
Yeah, we're gonna go into 2021 with everybody. Okay, there we go.
Right. So it's sad news, obviously, because he did 68 episodes from 1992 to 97, and there was even talk of them like bringing it back as well.
Yeah, recent talk as well. So if that happens,
I'm sure it
has to be a different actor.
Yeah, of course. And his voice is just so unique, and when I read X-Men,
I was just about to say it. You're gonna say it.
When I read X-Men and I read Cyclops' words, it's in his voice in my head, man.
Sounds like him,
voice. It's like, I know a lot of people talk about Kevin Conroy as like the definitive Batman. Cass, all right.
Yeah. He's agreeing with you. You're good.
But it's cool. Just don't interrupt me, Cass. Anyway, people talk about Kevin Conroy as like the definitive Batman in terms of voice acting, but I have that for a Spider-Man. I have that for a Wolverine. I had that for a Cyclops.
A Storm.
Would Jean Grey be without Jean-gasms? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scott!
No.
There was actually a video on YouTube, and it's got.
I've just yeah, I've seen it.
The Gene saying Scott, and it's just.
Oh my
Scott,
days.
Scott.
There's a video of her just saying Scott, and there's a video of her. There's a video of her saying Scott. I think there's a video of Cyclops saying Gene and Wolverine saying Gene. And there's a video of her just going,
That is an entanglement before entanglements. That's too much entanglements, okay? It's way too much.
Yeah,
my days.
You know, sad to hear that guy who played him died. He's like, he is my Cyclops.
Yeah.
He's like, and we've had a decent live action one.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Lord, yes.
that's as far as Cyclopses go. That's all we've got. The guy that played him in Evolution, X-Men Evolution, and Wolverine and the X-Men. Those Cyclopses weren't bad, but you don't remember. They were just like generic voices.
Yeah.
But the one 90s cartoon, he had it locked.
Well, the 90s cartoon was just, it was just perfection. You know what I mean? So yeah, in terms of like obviously actors and voice actors and you know what I mean? It was just perfection. But anyway. Rest in peace to wonderful Cyclops, man. We're going to miss you. Wakanda forever. But yeah, we're going to miss you. Yeah. So.
Something else we're going to miss as well, and that's season 3 of Altered Carbon.
For fuck's sake. I was so pissed off. Yeah. I was so, like... I got
relieved.
What?
Reason being.
Why?
Reason being is because there's so many freaking shows out there.
Man.
It's like,
all
right,
that can't be a reason to be relieved.
No!
Season 3 of.
I refuse this.
The thing is, I started watching
that blue Avatar or something, man. No, there's something that you could stop watching, man.
So.
Okay, what we're not going to do is piss each other off.
I started watching the first 2 or 3 episodes with my mum, like when it first came out.
Yeah.
And stopped watching it. And I thought to myself, okay, clearly I'm not enjoying the show because I didn't stick with it. It wasn't.
Was that season 1 or season
watching
2
it
as well?
Season 1.
Okay.
Season 1. Yeah. When I started watching it, when I stopped
season
watching
1's mad though.
Sorry. When I was watching it, I wasn't thinking this show's crap or anything, but it just didn't. I don't know, but I had every intention of going back, if that makes sense.
It does have a certain tinge to it, though, as well. It does have that.
Yeah, and it's an odd concept as well. Like, I personally think the concept is banging, but like, any concept that's like we've eradicated racism, I'm like, cool, yeah, great, you know. But like in terms of like, I know how you feel. Like it is a slow burner. Obviously, when you get into it. You just have to be in the mood to get into it, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But I'm heavily annoyed that the fucking not doing season 3. 1, because I need to understand, like, that, you know, I need to know where my girl went. I need to know what's going to happen with my man. Is he going to come back into his sleep or is he going somewhere else? Yeah. I just... Did you
watch the anime as well? They did an anime of it as well.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I didn't finish watching that.
Is that canon?
I think it is.
It is. Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about it as well is because of I love the concept as well, where you kind of download your consciousness into the device thing.
Into a stack.
Yeah. So yeah, it can be like 100 years in the future, and it's the same character kind of thing, but in a different body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna
and which is good as well. Me too. And it's good that as well. It's like you can always recycle, like not recycle, but you can always get new faces in the production.
Yeah.
Because your stack can be put into anybody, then anybody can play it. Obviously, you can have your core characters, like I keep calling her Valkyrie, but her name's not Valkyrie. Like, what's her name? My girl, anyway, the general. I love her.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
I know, I'm forgetting names right now. But yeah, you can have core characters, whatever, but you can always change, you know what I mean,
actors,
their aesthetic kind of thing. So, which is what I love about the actual show, because you can always give someone else a chance who maybe isn't, you know what I mean, out there. But That's annoying, man.
So annoying.
Did they even give a plausible reason as to why they're cancelling my show?
So on here. This is from Deadline. They said, I hear Netflix decision not to proceed with further seasons was made in April and is not COVID related, but stems from the streamer's standard viewership versus cost renewal review process. So Netflix recently cancelled 2 previously renewed series, The Society and I'm Not Okay With This, citing COVID-related circumstances. So.
Well, then them two, that's fine. Just redo fucking Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
We don't need. I'm not okay with this because it's trash. And the other one, I wasn't even watching anyway. So just do this and do Beastars, and I'm fine. Okay, just hurry up.
So upset.
So annoying. Anyhow, they cancelled. Please, you know what, universe? Let me just touch this, please. Okay, come on, Netflix, man. I know you're hemorrhaging money, but like, I don't know, like, ask, I don't know, like Amazon man for some money. He's got plenty. What we got next?
Next up, DC FanDome that happened 2 weeks ago as well. So quite a lot happened on this. This is pretty much like the DC version of Comic-Con, basically, so where they're showing all their stuff.
Okay.
I have to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, with Comic-Con that went earlier this year, it was shit. I know they did their online thing, and my favorite thing about Comic-Con, obviously I can't go, but it's the information that gets released. Do you know what I mean? And there was nothing. But and I think friend Sean, I don't know if you're in the chat, but what's going on?
Sean.
I think he was the one who told us about the DC FanDome, and I just thought, whatever. But I didn't think they'd actually have shit to tell us.
Yeah, they had loads of stuff to tell.
It was exciting. I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. Come on, more trailers, more information, please, come on now.
Yeah, the MCU did it the wrong way. They were trying to like just bombard us with like stalls, like virtual stalls of just like generic crap. But like, DC actually listened and did something right. Okay, let's continue.
So, we'll just quickly run off what they did show us, and then we can talk about whichever one we'd like, because they did actually do quite a lot. I'm actually going to start from the bottom, because the top one I know we're all going to talk about. From the bottom,
now I'm here.
So, Flash Season 7, Titans Season 3.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah. Okay, Titans Season 3. Sandman.
No, I told them about Titans.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Okay, let's talk about Titans. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you just do the rundown and then we'll talk about
Titans.
Do the rundown.
Let's talk about Titans.
Okay, go ahead.
Titans, first of all, I like that they're gonna do they've been taking it in their own. I was wondering how they were gonna do certain things because it's like years of progression. But in season 3, it's gonna be set in Gotham City, which might not be a big deal to some, but it's cool. We're gonna have Commissioner Gordon, who's gonna be Barbara Gordon. That's gonna be exciting. But the thing I'm out is Todd.
I see a flash of red.
Jason Todd is gonna become the Red Hood. He's just gonna take up the mantle himself without getting bashed in his head with a crowbar or anything. And that's what I can't wait for that.
That sounds good. That sounds not bad. Well done, DC.
Either, man. That's going to be sick. Yeah. That will be sick.
Well done. Well done.
The guy who plays him as well, I think he plays him like reading a comic is one thing, but when you actually see the character live action, it gives you another perspective of the character. And I think with him, it kind of opened my eyes to the character of Jason Todd and how he was as Robin and how annoying he could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely one that I'm gonna stick with, and I'm definitely gonna look out for season 3 of Titans.
Of Titans, yeah. But Titans is a good show anyway, so it's like, I mean, they did so well with it. So I'm just like, I think it's like an underrated show. Like I think people appreciate it, but I don't think they appreciated it properly. You know what I mean? Like, I know Doom Patrol came out and stuff like that.
Should be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Definitely, because it did bits, and I was like, raw, like, no one's, I know us three are hyped, but I'm like, where is everybody else? And I was like, well done, DC.
I know everybody likes Deathstroke from season 2 of Arrow, which I'm not even going to lie, it's a sick Deathstroke. The whole storyline was sick. But Deathstroke in season 2 of Titans, people should be talking about him because he killed shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know how I feel about DC anyway. So for me to be excited about Titans and for me to be excited Flash is going to
ladies and gentlemen, says a lot.
Yeah.
It says a lot. It says a lot. So, you know, well done. Well done. Okay. That's just what DC need to keep doing. But yeah, go on, as you said.
So yeah, that's Titans season 3. Next one is Sandman. Sandman, we already kind of knew about that they're doing an adaptation for Netflix. Neil Gaiman said that with the pandemic, he's given them some time to work on the scripts, along with further tailoring of the story. It's still going to be it's going to be based on the comic, but slightly looser. Yeah, I mean, I didn't read the comics, but your brother is always going on about it to me as well. So I know it's going to be a good series.
Nice.
Shazam 2, we got a little kind of teaser trailer to it. I didn't really like that much.
Wait, did we? I must have missed that one.
Yeah,
I thought I
it
all the
is very
trailers.
missable. It is very missable.
Okay.
Sorry, not did I say Shazam or did I say
you said Shazam?
Okay,
you said Shazam.
I meant Black Adam. Sorry.
Okay. So, I was about to say, I was like, I didn't see the Shazam trailer. I was like, I saw Black Adam.
Not only did I not see the trailer, nobody's talking about it.
I know. I was like, Shazam was a good film. What's going on?
Sorry, my bad.
I was like, yeah, Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam. That one I didn't. There's a little like VFX trailer.
Yeah.
It was a nice kind of visual, whatever. But it's like, I'm thinking, when I was watching, I'm like, The Rock, are you gonna do this?
No, that's the thing. Yeah. It was like a definite confirmation that this is actually happening. Cause, before it was like
confirmation would be a real trailer. Someone in another video I was watching, I can't remember who it was saying like probably it's because he's so expensive. The Rock is like, I don't know if he's the most highest paid male, but he's one of them.
I think he was.
Yeah, action males,
to get him in a trailer would probably be too expensive. So it's like, let's just do his voice instead. Where DC, we do great for animation anyway.
See, DC are thinking smart. See, look, even Cass agrees with me. They're thinking smart. There we go.
That was smart thinking. I have to say it was.
I don't know why they don't do more trailers like that. Just do like a visual effects trailer, and then you can actually spend more money doing, the film properly without anybody's upset lip or anything. You know what I mean? So, because we don't want none of that. We don't want none of that, DC. No. And
sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, I was gonna say I don't want to say I'm excited for this movie, but I'm definitely intrigued. I have interest and so forth. Let's make it happen. The Rock sounds mad arrogant these days, to me.
He does.
I haven't been watching his Instagram, but
he got COVID, didn't it? Him and his family got COVID.
Oh, really?
But they're fine. They're fine.
I was watching this thing once on Watch Mojo. It was like top 10 actors who aren't allowed to lose a fight in a movie or something like that. And he's one of those actors who's not allowed to lose a fight and he was saying that in this movie it's gonna be like his strength and power is gonna rival super. Like he's proper going like, I'm Black Adam. What the fuck you gonna do about it? You know what I mean?
Lego Rich is like,
I mean,
oh, dear.
I don't really agree with that kind of contract signing in that, but we'll see.
I don't agree with either. I think it's stupid.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to get mashed up by Shazam anyway. So
this is the thing. If he's not gonna get mashed up by, this is why. One thing I noticed straight away years ago when they said that he was gonna do this movie, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then they said he's gonna be an anti-hero. I was like, Imagine the fact he's going to be an anti-hero. His contracts that say he's not allowed to lose a fight. Superman. Yeah. He's not going to lose to Shazam. It's not happening.
Yeah. So, but then there's this. Come on, DC, you were doing so well. You know.
But that's not really DC's fault. It's like contracts with all the movies he does. If there's a movie where he's fighting, he's not allowed to lose. Right. It's not just him as well. I think Vin Diesel and Jason Statham have those kind of contracts as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then how do you explain the Fast and Furious? Because he technically lost the fight, or he lost, Toretto. So, was his name Toretto? I can't even remember his name. Anyway, Toretto. That's it.
The point is like in those movies, I know we're kind of diverging off, is that you're not supposed to know who won the fight. If that makes those ones. But
boo.
I'd throw that out. I just think it's going to make for an interesting movie if he's going up against potentially Superman and Shazam, but he's not allowed to lose. Like, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We'll see.
We also had Suicide Squad. We had a little trailer for that. That looked pretty dope.
That was the longest trailer. There were so many people. I was like, oh, okay.
The Suicide Squad trailer was just basically.
Yeah, literally. That's what it was.
That's basically the.
It was bare people. I was like, okay, cool.
Some of them. Oh my days! I know they like to do, because I know James Gunn worked on this movie.
Yeah.
He brought forth.
Is it Michael Bay or James Gunn?
James Gunn.
Okay.
Wait, what are we talking about? Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn.
Okay.
And he obviously he brought the Guardians to us, and a lot of people didn't know. Guardians of the Galaxy was a superhero group that I forgot existed. The only time I remember seeing, for real.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah.
The only time I ever remember seeing them, because I never saw them in comic books. Only time I remember seeing them was in that Avengers cartoon when Rocket Raccoon had an Australian accent. It's funny to watch. But I could have completely forgotten about that until I had watched that episode again after I'd seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, oh shit, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting to my point, it's like he's doing it again. He's bringing these obscure characters from DC as part of the Suicide. Because I didn't even know. I like Mongul as a one of Superman's villains. I have no idea who Mongul is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just hope the chemistry is. See, I know he's going to try and not blueprint it. He has a blueprint, obviously, but it works with Guardians. You know what I mean? They work for Firefly. That kind of aesthetic works there. Obviously, DC characters are much darker, and they're allowed to be much darker. So I'm hoping that the dialogue that they have between each other is a little bit more, you know what I mean, dark humor, sometimes a little bit like, oh, was that supposed to be funny? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be the same kind of, oh, happy, joy, happy, because they're not exactly happy. They're fucking schizophrenic murderers. Like, you know?
Murderers with bombs in their heads as well. They were way too calm in that last movie for people who could just be exploded. They could just say the wrong thing to Amanda Waller. She's like, you know what, this guy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, look good, though.
Not even Kite Man. It's Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. Yeah.
And he's just in the trailer like throwing his polka dot.
What is his power? What is that? What did the polka dots do? Are they
it's something to do with like colors, and each color messes you up in a different way. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember, because he's a very obscure Batman villain, one that you see very, very rarely.
That sounds like yeah,
you can tell some of those
red Star Trek member.
You can tell some of those characters are there just to die.
Oh, my days!
People saying, Polka Dot Man's gonna die. I bet he makes it through the end.
Oh my days! Like, what is your power? He sounds like the second cousin removed, five times removed in the family. You know what I mean? Unless someone's like having the biggest wedding of the century, then that's when they get called. But other than that, I've never heard of Polka Dot Man, and I don't know what your colours are doing. What they're doing?
He's got a flying buzzsaw dot. He's got a flying saucer dot, sun dot, bubble dot, fist dot, and the whole dot. So flying buzzsaw dot is a projectile. It's it's a buzzsaw as well. The saucer dot, a yellow polka dot which expands rapidly into a flatman-sized glider. Sun dot, gold polka dot design has a projectile. It was gimmicked to resemble a model of the sun and emitting a blinding, disorientating light. Yeah, it's actually got a quite.
It sounds like he stole the dots from the mask and was like, "I'm just gonna."
The bubble dot is it's a translucent capsule capable of flight. And fist dot.
Oh my god!
He sounds pretty sick actually.
Whole dot is the one that sounds sick as well. Whole dot, a black polka dot, simply referred to as a hole by Polka Dot Man. It opened up what appeared to be a teleportation transport system, and was presumably developed with assistance from General I don't know who that is, but yeah.
It reminds me. Do you remember that? Do you remember Spider-Man, the animated? And
with the spot.
Yeah, the spot. Yeah, and the spot. He's got different spots on him, and he can basically put them anywhere, put his hand through, and teleport to different places.
This sounds like My Hero Academia right now. This is what it sounds like. It does sound like one of the students from My Hero Academia. I need to see it in action. Yeah. I need to see it. Because right now I'm like, where are these dots coming out of? Look, how are they transmutated? Where are you pulling them from? Because I need to see this. But okay, cool. Dot man.
Yeah.
Pimple man.
Are you guys gonna see it? Are you guys looking out for it?
What? Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I treated to see the first one as a birthday present by my boo. Thank you, gorgeous. And it was such an annoying birthday present, only because the movie turned out to suck.
Yeah.
I want to see this one because I feel like it's going to be much better, but I'm very hesitant to pay for it.
Yeah. Hint.
Yeah. Hint. Yes. No, definitely. Yeah. I want to see it, but again, you got PTSD from DC movies, and I'm not sure. I need coaching back into this. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to talk about Batman. That helped. But again, that's not the first time they've held us hostage with trailers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They do the sickest part of the film, and you're like, it's gonna be okay. This potential, and you get there, and you're like, this trash. Like, you know what I mean? So,
I was gonna say, maybe because it's James Gunn, I trust it. But then I've been hearing stuff about that Superboy one, where Superman. What's it called? Brightburn.
Brightburn.
Yeah. And that's supposed to not be a good film as well. So
that's an amazing film.
Really?
No, Rich, have you not seen
I've not seen it yet, man. I've not seen it.
Watch it.
Hey, bro, watch Brightburn. Sick.
No, seriously, whoever told you that Brightburn wasn't good, they are. Put them in the trash.
Okay. That's some hating our shit.
I'll give it.
It's a good film.
That film is real as well. Like you become these two old people taking in the alien baby from another planet. You think it's gonna be one story? Fuck out of here. Brightburn was sick.
All I have to say to you in Brightburn, don't worry about anybody else. Just focus on the child. I don't care about anything. Don't worry about anything else. Focus on the child.
Okay. Don't get attached to nobody either. If you're gonna attach yourself to someone, attach yourself to that boy.
The film's sick. Watch it if you get a chance to. Watch that film.
Scene where he did the ting and the man's mouth.
Don't spoil it.
I'm being very careful on how I say things, but what's up?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It was sick. Rich, watch this film. That's all I have to say to you.
I'll watch it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
So,
what else we got?
We had The Flash, Gotham Knights, and Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Okay, yeah, just the Snyder Cut. We're waiting for the Snyder Cut because I feel like that is going to make the film a hell of a lot better. Because what we watched was a preview of the film. You know, like when you're doing a presentation and you just do the cutouts. We basically got the cutouts of this.
What we got, You know, you ever seen that kind of situation where a presentation is supposed to be done and somebody's worked really hard on that presentation and they're sick, so they give it to the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, all my notes.
Yeah.
But that guy giving all your notes to gives a shit presentation.
Yep.
That's what Justice League was.
Yep.
It sounds like it, man.
Literally.
It does sound like
yes.
It does
yes.
sound like it.
Hopefully this sounds like it. This looks like it feels fuller. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I was disappointed? Yeah, do you know what I was disappointed in? I thought that whole red color palette, which was horrible, I thought that was all Zack Snyder's shit. I didn't realize Joss Whedon put that in there because Zack Snyder tends to have like a orangey tone sometimes anyway.
He has like a darker tone, darker blue kind of tone.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
I just thought that was him. I had no idea it was Joss Whedon. And when I found out recently, and I was like, wait, what? I was so you thought that Joss Whedon would save this movie from.
Joss Whedon ain't got no business being in DC. Just come back and do what you're doing. You know?
I mean, I'm actually really excited to see this Snyder Cut. When everyone was like, release the Snyder Cut, I was thinking, shut up, everybody, man. There's no Snyder Cut. There's no shut up.
I was actually thinking that doesn't exist. It would not exist.
When he said, actually, guys, there's a Snyder Cut, I got excited, but nothing was happening. And I was like, well, nothing's going to happen with it. So whatever, I don't care if there's a Snyder Cut. Then he said that he's going to release it. I'm like, okay, you got my attention.
Yeah. No, it was much needed because they really it's like taking a Christopher Nolan film. It's like if someone took Inception and just gave you like 30 minutes. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense, kind of thing. And that's exactly. And everybody who came out of that Justice League, everybody, even after they said it was trash, the other thing they said was that it was rushed. And that's all that film was. It was just rushed. So so the Snyder Cut is long awaited. I don't give a fuck if it's 4 hours long. I will sit there and watch a 4-hour film. Half of these country western films are like 8 hours anyway. That's fine. You know.
It's going to be released as like 1 hour parts on HBO Max, is it?
Yeah.
I don't need no 1 hour parts. I need the whole 4 hours. I
mean, you could always wait until they've all been released on HBO Max and then just watch it as one cohesive thing.
Yeah.
Which a lot of you do anyway. It'll just take the weekend off.
Yeah, man. There you go.
And the coffee break.
I think it would make it a bit more exciting actually, doing it like that, doing it like an hour every week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more episodic. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Imagine like bits where it ends, you're gonna be like, I don't know. I think it'll be cool. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think I'd care, but I'm looking forward to it. I didn't realize how much. It'll be interesting to see how much was Joss Whedon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And to be like, okay, so that was taken out. Okay, I hated that scene anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of have this thing for Joss Whedon where like I respect him because he did the 2 Avengers movies, Buffy,
Firefly.
And Firefly. I know that's heavily revered. I haven't watched it, but I know it's good.
Sick.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
What, the film?
Cabin in the Woods.
Firefly or any of that.
You haven't watched Firefly the film? Nah, you need to watch that Firefly.
Oh, there's Firefly film. I've not seen that either.
Oh my god, the film is ill. The film is ill. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. Please watch it. I'm begging you. Please watch it. Right, Brightburn and watch Firefly film.
Okay.
Just watch the film. Okay, go ahead.
He's done some good shit, so it's quite disappointing to see that I think, do you know what? I'm going to cut him some slack. It's probably because it wasn't even his project to work on to begin with. He probably just thought, that's a quick meal I can just knock out. And
yeah. But as well, it's just like, you're going to appreciate people's signatures. Like, I like Joss Whedon. I like Joss Whedon because he has a particular signature when he makes stuff. And I like that signature for the stuff he makes. Same with Zack Snyder. I like his signature. I like Tim Burton's signature. I like Christopher Nolan's kind of thing. Like, I like different directors and their signature, and I appreciate it. So if you're going to merge or one's going to take over, then you can't be putting all of your signature on this, this this essay. So they'll match up. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for it. It's good. Sorry, go Rich. What are you gonna say? Sorry.
No, that's it. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna move on to the next one, which was
Yay!
last two is Wonder Woman 1984, and then they showed us what Cheetah looks like. So
yeah, I saw that. I was like,
yes, but I wasn't really a fan of the Wonder Woman film the first time.
When I was watching that trailer, and they showed Cheetah. No, just before they showed Cheetah, because she was doing things before we actually saw her as Cheetah. I was like, oh, they're gonna screw us over, just have her be like, have the abilities but not the look. And I was like, don't be 1990s about it. Just do it. Do you know what I mean? No, at least they're doing it, so that's good. I'm actually kind of with Rich on this one. So I enjoyed Wonder Woman. The first movie. I've seen it a few times. Not that many times, but I've seen it enough. And if I'm honest, this one doesn't appeal to me at all. There's nothing about this movie that says I cannot wait to see this. And I don't know why they're doing... I get why they did the first movie set in, what was it, the First World War?
Something like that, yeah.
Gulf War, Cold War, whatever war it was. I get it. But are we just going to keep getting Wonder Woman movies that's like, okay, this one's set in like the 1980s. They're not going to do the 90s, so then they'll probably do like the 2000s or something. Yeah. And they might even decide to go back and have her in the 60s or something stupid like that.
That's the thing. Like, I will watch this. I won't, I'm not going to break my back to kind of... I will watch it. I will watch it, but it's not something that...
It's not top of the agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but one thing I would say, like you're saying, Karen, is like if I watch this and it's fine and it's good and all that, even if it's not that good, I don't want them to come back with Wonder Woman 1996 or that's long.
Yeah,
that is long.
Because even like before, after the first film, I like that she was just then integrated into, League, because she, it's just. She's older than everybody.
Exactly.
Anyway, so it's just like, it's just like, all right, cool. All right, get to the point where, she murks, or someone murks whatever, the fish lady. Like, just get to that bit.
To me, it's like, when there's a new actor playing a character like Spider-Man or Batman or whatever, and you always know the first film is going to be about an hour, half an hour, an hour of something that we've seen so many times, the origin story. Yeah. And this is what these kind of, like Wonder Woman, the first one, and this one, it kind of seems like in that same pace as an origin story, but instead of it being like half an hour, it's a whole movie.
Yeah.
So, I want to get to what's happening now, what's going on in the world now.
Exactly. Yeah. No more origin stories, people. No. Just be like, go read the comics, and then boom, just start with the action. That's all you need to do. That's it. But, so okay.
Speaking about no more origin stories, the final one. I love this one. I love this trailer. This trailer was.
This was the best trailer. This was the best trailer.
This is what everyone was waiting for.
Yeah, it was. It was nice. One, I love that man who's in Westworld, because whenever he's in something, it's going to be hot fire.
Yeah.
Like, he's just hot fire. The man who's playing for Commissioner Gordon, I'm like, he's hot fire. Yeah. He's just a banging actor. Like, I can't even emphasize that enough. And then, obviously, Robert Pattinson just came with all the negativity that everybody put into his whole being, including me, because I didn't think you could do it. Yeah? I know you were a bat, and now you're playing a bat. Okay? I get that. However... this is very sacred to some of us, some of these superheroes, as you very much well know. We lost a very, prolific one, and obviously Batman's very important. So we need you to come correct.
No, I think you will.
So when you came with the heat, I was appreciative. I was appreciative. I need to obviously see the whole film. I'm begging they don't do an origin story. I'm begging.
It's not. It's,
I don't need to see.
It's 2 years into his. Into being Batman, basically, it's within the 2 years. So he's still kind of new to it, but it's not year one or anything like that. So
okay, yeah. I don't, but I don't, you know. Sorry, I'll just even if it's just like he walks past in his house and he just walks past a picture of them, that's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't need the little flashback. I don't need he's walking past the picture and then everything slows down and then it goes into the alleyway and then it's raining. I
see
don't
those
need
pearls
that.
Yeah. Well, there's a
Fucking
scene.
pearls.
There's a scene with Catwoman breaking into somewhere and then he turns up. I do I can't remember if it's a film or it's from one of the comics where I'm sure it was year one actually in the comics where she actually breaks into his mansion and steals his mother's pearls.
Yeah, because the Dark Knight, whichever one, the one with Bane, they took that from that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't mind that. I don't mind just a little Easter egg, but yeah, I think.
But having said, don't want them to do that again because they did it in the other movie.
Did they? You know what I mean? Which movie did they do it in?
The one with Bane. It was Anne Hathaway's.
It was, yeah.
And she broke in and she took his mum's pearls. So I don't.
Yeah.
Again. And if, to be honest, anything to do with his parents besides him standing at the grave, maybe talking to them for whatever reason, am I doing you guys proud or am I failing you? Just some sort of scene to acknowledge them. I'm doing my best. To this and that.
There's some mad like theories going on around it, and I'm kind of loving them as well.
Theories like
what are some of these theories?
So it's based on the Riddler. So I like that. It's the Riddler kind of. I feel like they're going to be doing the Riddler right. They're going to be doing the Riddler like they did the Joker, in a sense that the Joker was the Joker before, and then after Heath Ledger, people started taking him more serious. The Riddler has that potential. The Riddler is kind of that take the pee out of him kind of villain. Yeah. And I think this will probably accelerate his character to a more serious kind of villain in that sense.
Yeah. I look at Riddler as that, not to say he's the one that comes after the Joker, but he
can be just as bad as
Tom King did War of Jokes and Riddles for a reason. He didn't do jokes and penguins or jokes and coins, or he chose Riddler. And there's no other villain that the Joker can kind of go against to have a besides the Riddler. It just makes perfect sense. So I think this is the perfect. And I've wanted them to do the Riddler for years. I remember there was rumors that Johnny Depp was going to play the Riddler. And at the time of Johnny Depp's career, I thought that was exciting. I would hate to see it now.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see it now, but back then it probably would have been good.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is a character that basically should be done. It's long overdue.
So no, definitely.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say that the film was giving me like, have you seen the film Seven?
Yes.
It's giving me that kind of vibes, and that's what I like. Where the Riddler is like, he's already done everything. He's just kind of waiting for Batman to be like, "Are you gonna figure it out? Yeah, you gonna figure it out, or you gonna
like?" So what I've been hearing, I don't know if I should say spoilers or not, because no one's actually seen the film yet. Anyway. But, obviously,
alleged spoilers.
Actually, we should write that one down.
There you go.
So
that's the title. Alleged spoilers.
There you go.
So with this one, people have allegedly said that it could be like the Riddler knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And he's kind of peeved off that Batman is not actually doing anything. Maybe working with Gordon and working with the police. He's kind of in on the secrecy. But what the Riddler actually finds out in the end is that there's crimes going on and things going on deeper in Gotham City. And you've got that card where the Riddler sends the card to the Batman, and Gordon opens it up, and you've got the owl on the cover, and it could be leading to the Court of Owl stuff. So if you don't know, Court of Owls. The Court of Owls was like wealthy, really wealthy, old school, just
syndicate.
Syndicate of people that don't run Gotham, but they
have
move
their
the
hands
chess
in
pieces.
political. I think political stuff, crime, anything that big that needs to happen to a city, they're involved.
Yeah.
And they have been for years. Even Bruce Wayne's parents, I think, dad was involved to a degree.
That's the thing. Like, at the end of
so
the
basically,
trailer,
Hydra.
Yeah. And at the end of the trailer, he says that he's got something to do with it involves him too, and that could be the thing where he's like, he's probably fighting so much to kind of remember his family, and he remembers them being good, but in fact, they're involved with the Court of Owls, kind of thing.
Oh, see, that's a good story. Go with that story. Get it dark. Just bring on the violence. That's what we want from DC. That's what we want. Don't be scared of the darkness.
If this is really good, then I wouldn't mind him kind of taking over the reins of Ben Affleck.
Oh God, yeah, please, because I heard Ben Affleck's coming back, and I'm like, nope.
It was cool. It was a cool Batman. But problem with Ben Affleck. Yeah, that was it. Because oh my days, the scenes he had in that Justice League movie were disgusting.
Oh my back,
terrible.
Oh my back.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely gonna bleed. Like all those stupid things that
Batman doesn't say.
Batman just wouldn't say or act. Like,
yeah.
And like I was gonna say, Batman v Superman, although it was a shit movie, it's so funny because
it was decent. It's just a couple of things.
It was a decent. It's watchable. It's a watchable movie, but I'm gonna go out my way to it.
Yeah.
Like, as bad as that movie was, still Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, and Ben Affleck did good jobs in their roles. And do you get what I mean? I didn't have a Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman. I had a problem with the story of the movie, and Lex Luthor sucked ass as well. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, he did.
God. Yeah, so I got no problem. Like to me, Ben Affleck was the best thing about Batman v Superman. He really was. That scene where he went to save Martha. That scene was sick. He's bodying all those guys. That scene where he was hiding up in the corner. The guy.
That's Batman. That's classic Batman
scenes. But that's stuff we've not seen before. The way he moved. Was Batman. It was like seeing Spider-Man. It was like seeing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, like live action for the first time. You've never seen. That's how. No. The Spider-Man, the way he moved. Come on, you've never seen that before.
Tobey Maguire moved like Spider-Man. And
are you gonna tell? Hang on, no. Are you gonna sit there and tell me that you weren't excited when you saw him moving around the city?
No.
It
was like one scene.
The way Bat moved in this movie was Batman, and we'd never seen Batman move like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's okay. Yeah, we're on.
Moving on.
All right. You didn't see Tobey Maguire or Andrew move like Tom Holland moved in Civil War.
That's because they knew how to do with Tom Holland. I understand what Kieran's saying. Is that that newness?
Yeah, the newness.
Yeah,
the newness of it.
We've never seen it, and for the first time for a live action movie, Spider-Man, and I'm not talking about Tobey Maguire's portrayal. Forget his acting as. I'm talking about the way we saw Spider-Man swinging through that city. We've never seen it before, and for a first time, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the best one. I'm not even saying that it holds up today. I'm saying for seeing it for the first time, we've never seen a live action Spider-Man.
I think that's the thing, though, because for me, what's his name? The first Batman, he moves pretty good, man. I like that as well. I remember having my dressing gown back in the days when Batman first came out.
Yeah.
Doing all the,
and you put the cape on.
Man. Just doing all that because he couldn't move his head. That's all right, but. You know, that was good Batman. But like you said, with Ben Affleck, he proper moved. Like Ben Affleck's Batman was my Tom Holland Batman. in that way, in the way of
there
the
we go.
movements.
Yeah.
We've seen Batman done properly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
having said that, although we saw Robert Pattinson literally beat the shit out of someone in the movie, which was good. We've not actually seen him move like Batman. And the thing is, they're going out of their way to make this the first Batman detective movie.
Yeah, no, I've got to disagree with you there. Sorry, because with this trailer, I watched it the same way I was watching Endgame when
you paused it every 5 seconds.
When Captain America got the shield and he was banging up, giving Thanos the combos. If you see his movements and his combos that he's giving that dude, man, he backhands the guy. He punches him, backhands him, catches his hands, breaks his elbow, and then he does some mean moves. He's not doing the moves like Ben Affleck in The Warehouse. That's but he was doing some like, nah, you're not touching me.
Which is, it's just, I understand what you mean though. The fighting aspect and the agility of Batman sometimes gets overlooked because he's got gadgets. So people then kind of diminish what he's actually capable of as a technical fighter and as a, an aerial person. You know what I mean, kind of thing. And I think the guy in Titans, he does that well. He's having to do hand-to-hand combat more or less all the time, and he has to move somewhere wherever he's moving to. And with the Ben Affleck Batman, especially in that warehouse bit, he moved like Batman. I haven't seen Batman move like he's in this, in the video games or whatever kind of thing, because they just haven't spent that time on him. They've just been like, he's got a grapple, he's got a car, he can do that. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's just like, which, you know what I mean? I mean, Catwoman in the other Batman, she moved like Catwoman, not obviously Halle Berry, you know what I'm trying to talk about. Penguin moved like Penguin in the, you know what I mean? That thing. So it's nice to see that he's going to be, well, hopefully in the new film, that he's going to emulate more of what it is that makes the Dark Knight the Dark Knight. You know what I mean?
We need to see more of that warehouse kind of fighting with
no, definitely.
Pattinson.
So,
but we got that
fingers
detectiveness
crossed
of it though, and I think that's what's been missing in pretty much all of the films that we've ever had.
I need to bring this up because everyone. Does anybody remember this? And I know it's not necessarily like it's still detective work, if you want to admit. The scene where he's trying to match the bullets in the bricks.
Yeah, I mean, but
I get that it's not full on detective work, but at the end of the day, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, finally some detective work. That's what went through my head when I saw that the first time.
But that's the thing. I was like, some detective work, and then you watch all the rest of the film, and you're like,
yeah, that was it.
Is he gonna be detecting anything else?
Yeah.
I'm just going by that. People are going on this to say there's never been any detective work, and it may not be the best, but it was done.
But I think that's
Nolan tried to throw it in as he could, but couldn't focus on everything. So I think the detective work. I think people just see him, like you said earlier, they just see him as he punches and he's got gadgets. So and he's got like planes and bikes and cars. So that's what they focus on. But they forget that he's like the most brilliantly trained martial artist, the most brilliantly trained forensic scientist. The other degrees, degrees that he has that they tend not to focus on. So
well, would this
it'd be nice to see all this? No, I was just gonna say it would be nice to see all the detective work.
No, go on, Rich. Go on.
But yeah, like you're saying, I think that's the thing. Like we're all kind of right in a sense that, Ben Affleck had the action and there was a bit of detective in what's his name's Batman. But I think now it's kind of like before we got little bits here and there. We got that little bit of the Spider-Man agility. We got that little bit of detectiveness in Batman. I think now it's more like, we let's put it all together, put it in one film and have the full version of
Batman. Well, they have to now because it's like like he said, it's only like year 2 that he's been Batman, so he's going to be fresh off the boat. Like he has to look for. Yeah, he has to look for things. He has to be violent. He has to let everybody know who he is. So it should be interesting. Definitely. Well done, DC. Well done.
That was a sick trailer.
Don't disappoint. Don't disappoint me.
Imagine if that movie was shit.
No.
If it was like the worst one ever. Like the absolute worst. Like imagine if this movie was worse than, say, Batman Forever.
No, I am never picking up a DC anything ever again. I told you I've already got PTSD from the last film.
The funny thing is because every time DC releases a movie, we all get excited. We're like, we're gonna go. That's what I'm saying. We go see the movie and it's shit.
I feel like I got battered wife syndrome. I'm like, he's gonna change. He's not changing.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
Like
then they'll treat me right this time.
I've got faith in this. I think you can always have an excuse for DC, like with Justice League. You know, certain things happen with Zack Snyder. And with Batman versus Superman was alright, but I've always said that Zack Snyder is a good action director, but not a good writer, not a good storyteller. If you had a good story and someone doing the story and him doing the action, then it would be a good film. With this one, it's just what's his name? Matt Reeves. It's just him doing it, and I feel that he's I'm trusting it because he's kind of coming from the angle of Batman being a detective. You know, the second year we're gonna have him raw,
what else has he done?
That was literally, I think they said that was like, I can't remember the percentage, but it was a very low percentage of the film being filmed at that time that they've showed us the trailer. Obviously now he's got COVID-19, so they're still filming, but they're not filming with Pattinson. They're not filming his scenes. So
until he's better.
But he's still
get well soon.
Yeah, man, definitely. But I think this is going to be a good one. I think this would change the ways of DC films.
It needs to.
I think it will.
It needs to. It bloody needs to. Yeah. And if this film is a success, follow the blueprint.
Yeah.
Follow
DC blueprint. I think we should just mention this and then move on because
good.
Just wondering what they're doing because we all know that if the Snyder Cut is a success, that is going to be. I mean, it technically already is the main continuity because they've got Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and the Flash is getting a movie. I'm just wondering. I can tell that they're doing this whole multiverse thing, even though they still haven't kind of confirmed that they're doing this. Really doing the multiverse thing. I'm just wondering, with their main continuity, what are they doing? And now, who's going to be who's going to be Batman? Who's going to be the Joker? Is Robert Pattinson going to meet Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman? Like, what is happening? Hoping at this next DC Dome that's coming, because there's another one coming up. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yes, that is in
I do now.
September. Is that this weekend?
It must be because we're in September.
September the 12th.
Oh, yeah, September the 12th.
Yeah, this weekend.
Okay, there we go.
Hoping that it would be nice if DC would kind of just give us an idea of what it is they're trying to do. Yeah. I love how Marvel, they just lay out, this is phase 1, boom, this is phase 2. I love that. And they explain to us what it is they're trying to do. Yeah. Whereas DC, like, shit, look at what Marvel's doing. Movies.
I mean, to me, if
they need to.
To me, it feels like they are it feels like they didn't know what they were doing, but in not knowing what they're doing and doing random stuff, it feels like they're doing Elseworld stories. But I don't think they actually know that they're doing those Elseworld stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just like have a mood board and then like someone steps back and is like, yo, dudes, look back. You just take a step back and look. And
so that's what we were
shit. Oh, okay. Don't tell anybody. We've already known this.
Cool. We knew the whole time we were doing this.
Meanwhile, everybody's like,
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
thank you.
And
But
Tea
okay,
and cakes over there, coffee's over there. We've been here a while waiting for you.
yeah, waiting for you to catch up. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
we could go
Yeah.
on.
We could go on. It's okay. What's next?
Next up we've got some beef actually. Beef with John Boyega and the problem with Disney and Star Wars, and beef with Ray Fisher. Now with these two, I do kind of want to go into the conversation of this. So I think because we're over an hour and 10 minutes, maybe we can. I mean, we haven't been here for 2 weeks, so we are catching up on quite a bit. So maybe next week we can do our comic news and reviews of what we've been watching.
That's fine. No problemo.
Yeah. So, which one should we go first? Boyega or Fisher?
Let's do John Boyega first.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, if you don't know, John Boyega, he had an interview with QC, and he was saying some truths about Disney and the Star Wars franchise. Mainly that they kind of sideline his character and other characters as well. And they kind of don't know how to do black characters, basically, or ethnic characters.
The thing is on that, and this is how it's bullshit. Not on his part, but like John Boyega's character in Star Wars could have been played by anybody.
Yeah.
There's nothing specific that says this character has to be a black guy.
No,
it's just that he's just got the role. So the way he's being treated is probably just for that fact. You know what I mean?
So, let me just read what one quote, a couple quotes that he said. He basically said, "You knew what to do with these other people, but when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, you know fuck all. So what do you want me to say? What they want you to say is I enjoyed being a part of it. It was a great experience. No. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. They gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest, Daisy knows this, Adam knows this, everybody knows. I'm not exposing anything."
I mean, I'm just gonna file my nails.
One thing I'll say about watching this latest trilogy of Star Wars is John Boyega's character at the beginning is a stormtrooper that came out and he was no longer
joined the
resistance. They kind of teased it with him having the lightsaber as well. They did. Yeah, and then in the next two episodes, nothing really developed with that character. Same with Kelly Marie Tran's character. She.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna.
Go on.
Oh, go on.
Go on.
Sorry, go on. Go. No. I was just gonna say that I actually thought that when. So it turned out that Rey, because it was what was called The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why did it just have to be the white girl? Do you get what I mean? Why couldn't it have been both of them? Why? Okay, so we got it where Rey's the one who's awoken up first. Cool, I'm with that. And John Boyega's character, Finn, fights Darth. What's his name? Can't even remember his name. Gets bodied. Rey takes over, and it's like, oh, they think it's Rey, and it is Rey. Yeah. But it's not just Rey. What if in the second one we find out that it's not just Rey? Why couldn't it have been his character? I actually thought that's where the second one was going to go. Yeah. I honestly thought that. Yeah. And I was quite disappointed. And through each movie, he just kept going. And it's funny, when I first saw that movie, the first time you see that movie, I don't know if you guys saw it like this, it looks like it's about him. It looks like it's about his character. Until it's not. And then when you watch the movie for the second time, this is where it was done so well. It's clearly not about him at all. No. When you watch it for the first time, it literally looks like it's his movie. Yeah. It was a little bait and switch, is what it was.
Yeah. For me, yeah, I understand what you're saying about the Force Awakens thing, because they put it in a scene. Remember the little boy in the stable bit?
That was
and he did some Jedi.
The Last Jedi, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did some Jedi shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's doing Michael Jackson thing with in the movie Breaking where he's got the broom.
Exactly. So you already hinted that the Force was awoken. Yeah. So obviously the Jedi that got palmed off, they come back. Calm. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And then Daisy, of course, she gets some Jedi-ness. All right. Cool. Fine. Yeah. Finn's character, even though yes, it's not about him. You know what I mean? Fine. That's fine. But he's still an integral part because Poe was still an integral part. You know what I mean? BB-8 was still an you know what I mean? There's always been spin-off.
Had more role than he did. Where you figure...
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's just there's always been the main characters, and then you have the first side characters, but they're important as well. You know what I mean? So it's you can always have other pieces for the puzzle, and it's just well, they did it so well back in the day where you've had other people. You know what I mean? Be not subbar characters, but the most infamous black character in Star Wars is my man. You know what I mean? He, was had the city in the sky.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it for long. You know what I mean? But he was an integral part.
He was a very integral part in
exactly
Return of the Jedi as well. He pretty much blew up the Death Star too.
Exactly. So it's
I think what I'm more peeved about is that they built up both of these characters Finn,
and then they did nothing with them.
They didn't do anything because if you actually think about what Finn's character could have been, he was kind of force sensitive in a sense that he knew how to use a lightsaber for one. He had he knew what was going on with Daisy's character. What's her name?
Bray.
He knew what was going on with her. When she got hurt and stuff, he had feelings for her as well. And then you had that love triangle with
entanglement.
They did her nasty.
They did her dirty. They did her dirty. Ugh. They did her so dirty. And the joke is, she could have been they basically had all the characters that filled the Millennium Falcon back in the day, but for now, you know what I mean? So you had Rey, who's more or less the Luke. You had, you know what I mean, the Daisy character, who's more or less, what's his face? You know what I mean, the dad. Who's doing the engine. And then, you know what I mean, you could have given her a little creature or some shit. You know what I mean? Then you had, you know what I mean, the John Boyega's character, who's whoever. You know what I mean? So you it's basically just a new batch. But because it would have been better if fucking.
Well, I was just gonna say, on what you said, it was a new batch of people to fill the Millennium Falcon. It's we never got that.
Yeah, we never did.
We never got it at all.
No.
And anyway.
It was.
I honestly think there was some because I know in Hollywood how black folk are treated, and then the other girl is, I'm gonna say, East Asian.
Is she Korean or Chinese? Something like that.
They're treated really, really shitty in Hollywood. The stories I've heard, Asian actors and actresses,
she's
and it's
Vietnamese. Oh, sorry, my bad. I do apologize.
That's why I'm careful, man. But they're treated really, really badly in Hollywood. They're just treated shit. And I think when these two got their roles, they were just treated no better than anyone else.
No, and I think what he was saying as well is that you had them in the posters as well, I don't know. They just did them wrong.
Yeah.
They kind of teased something was going to happen with these characters and
gave us
nothing.
Yeah.
They just gave us nothing. And
I think, I brought up race. I'm going to throw that aside for a sec. I think, I lost my train of thought.
You say about the director and...
I was going to say something.
Rian Johnson.
Just that. Yeah, that's it. Because the directors kept changing.
Yeah.
That's it. So in one movie, it's it was going to go this way.
Yeah.
And we had this director, writer/director, Then we had and I don't know the reason as to why he didn't come back for the second movie. I don't know what happened.
Then we had Game of Thrones people.
Yeah, so the second movie.
No, they were gonna do a spin-off.
Oh, okay.
We got in the second movie, we got a different writer/director, and that whoever did it, I don't know who
Ryan
did it.
Johnson.
Clearly hates Star Wars. Hates Star Wars. I'm sorry. When I saw that movie, I'm like, this guy hates it.
Yeah.
There's no love in. There is absolutely no love in this movie, none whatsoever. So he shat on everything. He shat on the fan theories. He shat on what the original guy had planned. He shat.
He just shat on the blueprint. Just follow the blueprint.
He literally just got a cameraman and hung his nuts out and said, "They can watch this for 2 hours." And we're sitting in a cinema screen just looking at his nuts. That's what happened. And, then the third movie, they got the original writer-director back, but now he's trying to clean up the mess that was made by the guy, and that's a huge part of the problem. That is a huge part, and because of how shit that all went, now they're all talking about how they want to redo it, how that stuff's not canon. Did you hear about that, by the way? I don't think we spoke about it. We were probably on hiatus. There was something about how they were in talks that they would do the whole thing. Yeah. And I'm like, it's done now. You can't do that. You
can't. I'm just like, sorry, I was gonna say, like, the reason why the original films and some of the prequels work so much is because you didn't discriminate against anybody. Everybody had equal share of being good. You had good actors and you just gave them the reins of being great characters. Yeah. You know what I mean? As much as I fucking hate Jar Jar, you know what I mean? It worked in the fucking thing. Yeah, he was, but it was just like, you know what? You gave him his slot and he did what he was supposed to do in that. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got to meet the Gungans. It's calm. You might not like it, but he was a fleshed out character. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't understand why. You know what I mean? It's just like, when you don't stick to the just to the blueprint of everything, and when you don't do right by us, this is me and us and everybody else who's ethnic, everything just gets effed up. So I'm just saying, just do right by everybody, you know, because then you end up having, you know, trash wars. Because this is what the last three were. They were trash wars. Which one was the best trash? All of them, you know. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was very disappointing, this last trilogy, man.
I know. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I remember John Boyega being at, you know, protests and stuff, and he's saying he doesn't know if he's going to have a career after this. Tyler Perry, Ice Cube, guys.
Jordan Peele. They messaged him. They messaged him.
I was going to say, like, it's not over, man.
No, it's not, man.
Yeah. No, he said that, and then like all these directors like Jordan Peele, Ava, you know what I mean, DVN, like they messaged him. They were like, "We got you. You're calm. Don't worry about it. Like, we got you in it. You know, no one's gonna do nothing. It's cool. Yeah. So it's just like, you just gotta do that."
I mean, he's not lying. He's
yeah, no, definitely.
And I think that's one thing is, like, when people are quiet about stuff, then people just turn blind to what's going on.
Exactly. Like the people, diversity, can't even do like a show on Britain's Got Talent without getting 2,600 complaints to Ofcom about it being political. Well, obviously. My days.
I can't remember if it was John Boyega or, because I read an article the other day and it related to this whole thing, and I can't remember if the article spoke about John Boyega or Ray Fisher, but the hell
so that was my phone. So it's my phone. It's my R2D2 message. So again.
That's a sick message.
Thanks.
Yeah. It got to talking about, I forgot her name, the girl who plays Iris in The Flash.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because they were saying about how the shit that she went through when she got the role of Iris, and it's just, Hollywood is some bullshit, man.
It's more so. I think one of the major problems is that even like back in the days it was going on. Like, I remember a story of when when the original Batman, I've forgotten his name all day today.
Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman back in the days, people didn't like it. You know, they were getting letters about it and stuff like that. I just think that now, obviously, we've got Twitter, Instagram, and so many different ways of, you know, social media. I think everything's just blown up blown up a lot more. So you always get someone who's just being a troll. You would always get that person who doesn't actually read the comics or, you know, about the original, and then you'll get people who probably don't even know the actor or trust the actor, or it wasn't in their mind of that person being cast as that actor. But really and truly, you got sometimes you just got to trust the directors and trust the people who are making it to say, you know, this is our vision of what this character is or what this character could be, and then take it from there. And if it's good, it's good. If it's not, if they're not a good actor, if they're not a good, you know, if it's not a good film, then all right, by all means, you might have your opinion about it, but you know, you gotta at least give them a chance. You can't just say you don't like the character because of this and that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and especially if you don't know anything about just like, you know, geek stuff or, you know, Star Wars or, you know, I mean, DC or Marvel. Just if you've never picked up a comic, shut your mouth. And like that's my just shut your mouth.
And again, if it's not like misdirecting the character's original kind of story, then you know, it's like you can't have Colossus being a black guy or Colossus being Canadian, because
he's not.
The whole shebang of Colossus is that he's a Russian guy that's, you know, he, because of the situation he was in, Charles Xavier went to Russia and took him in, and all, you know, it's integral to his particular character. As long as you don't change something like that, then I think it's kind of fine. And as long as the actor's good and they're doing their part and they play the part right. So,
well said.
What about Ray Fisher?
Ray Fisher. This is all a bit, I don't know.
I didn't get to read this. What's happening? Educate me. What's happening?
Basically, after all the news about the Snyder Cut, Ray Fisher came out and said that he had problems with Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns and John Berg. Basically, they weren't being nice to him. He was saying that they allegedly, I think he said Jeff Johns pretty much threatened him, like threatened his career kind of thing. And so he's just speaking up about it. He's just speaking up that people had a bad time on the reshoots of Justice League because of Joss Whedon. It was it was basically toxic and hostile.
Oh wow. Okay.
So then, Warner Media issued a lengthy statement to Variety. So basically, alright, let me read this.
Do you want me to read it for you?
Yeah, go on.
I can read it. You read it. You read. Poor Rich Rushy. You read so much. Okay, right. Okay, here we go. In July, Ray Fisher's representatives asked DC Films president Walter Hamada to talk to Mr. Fisher about his concerns during the production of Justice League. The two had previously spoken when Mr. Ham, I'm going to call him Mr. Ham, asked him to reprise his role as Cyborg in Warner Brothers' upcoming Flash movie, together with other members of the Justice League. In their July conversation, Mr. Fisher recounted disagreements he'd had with the film's creative team regarding his portrayal of Cyborg, and complained that his suggested script revision were not adopted. Mr. Ham explained that creative differences are a normal part of production process and that a film's writer/director ultimately has to be in charge of these matters. Notably, Mr. Ham also told Mr. Fisher that he would elevate his concerns to Warner Media so they could conduct an investigation. At no time did Mr. Ham ever throw anyone under the bus. as Mr. Fisher has falsely claimed, or render any judgments about the Justice League production in which Mr. Ham had no involvement, since filming occurred before Mr. Ham was to his current position. Alleviated from his current position. While Mr. Fisher never alleged any actionable misconduct against him, Warner Media nonetheless initiated an investigation into the concerns he raised about his character's portrayal. Still not satisfied, Mr. Fisher insisted that Warner Media hire an independent third-party investigator. The investigator has attempted multiple times to meet Mr. Fisher to discuss his concerns, but to date, Mr. Fisher has declined to speak to the investigator. Warner Brothers remains committed to accountability and to the well-being of every cast and crew member on each of its productions. It also remains committed to investigating any specific and credible allegation of misconduct, which thus far Mr. Fisher has failed to provide.
You know what?
Yeah.
Do you know why this is why to me all I'm hearing is bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Because that came from Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of when I was working for somebody, not putting a company on blast only because I don't feel the need to promote them. I don't want anybody being like, I actually need to go there and get some blah blah blah. So that's what.
Yeah.
When basically they screwed me over.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going somewhere with this. I booked a holiday. Yeah, got it approved. No, I saw it on a sheet of paper. She had printed it out, and it had said approved on it. So then I booked to go Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll check it again, and it said that my holiday wasn't approved. So I'm thinking, what the fuck? So then went to my manager. Why is my thing not approved anymore? She said it was never approved. I'm like, it was. I saw it. She's like, it never approved. So then I took a picture of when she wasn't in, I took a picture of the printout that she had. Took it all the way to HR and blah, 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 blah. And basically, I didn't get the holiday time off. I got my holiday. I ended up taking sick leave, the doctor's note, because, hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and I'm going Barbados, honey.
I wish I could have seen her face when she got that signal, because I didn't see myself. But anyway, my point is, that happened, and like I took her to HR and everything, and it's like they all took her side. Do you get what I mean? What I didn't realize is that it's other managers and shit that work for HR. So Ray Fisher to me is just the employee, and he's going to the managers, and the managers are like, nah. Then he's taking it to HR, and HR. Basically, it's like they don't have his side. They're all the higher ups are going to have each other's back, is what I'm trying to say.
Of course, yeah.
And unless the rest of the cast stand with him, sad to say, he's not really going to go anywhere unless everyone else is like, no, we're standing with Ray Fisher on.
So there's a tweet he put out, and it says, hey crew, just got off the line with the investigator. Had to end the interview early because going into detail with him. He's definitely been put on the case by Warner Brothers Pictures, not Warner Media. His findings will go directly and solely to Warner Brothers Pictures Legal. He also had another person on the line as a witness, which we weren't made aware of. I told him I need to have a rep on the line, has security for myself. He tried to keep me on the line, but I told him I would need to consult my team before proceeding. Can we jump on a call to discuss soon? So there's a lot of detail going on. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's not that complicated when you like read into it and what's actually happening. But saying that what you said just now about other people having his back. Yeah. Jason Momoa did send out a tweet saying that he's with Ray Fisher.
This is why I like Jason Momoa, because Jason Momoa is all about standing up for his community, for everybody else's community. Like, he's just one of those guys who's just like, I will fight with you, innit? And that's what I just love about him.
I don't do that for other things. I do like Jason Momoa, but why aren't the rest speaking out on his thing?
I mean, it's a developing story, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a while before we've.
Yeah. Well, if the Zack Snyder cut is, great, and I mean, Cyborg is then elevated to a nobler stance, the character's then flushed out, and I mean, more people gravitate towards him. You're gonna have to sort it out because Cyborg. You know what I mean?
Sucking his dick for real after that. Like
exactly.
If he does all because he was supposed to have like a big role in the movie. He was supposed to be quite integral.
Yeah.
And obviously that was all taken out. That was all taken out with the Joss Whedon version. So we're getting all that back. If this then happens to the point where his character, imagine like, because he's already in cartoons. Cyborg is in 2 cartoons right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's in 2 cartoons. He's in comic books.
Isn't he in a TV show?
And hang on, 2 TV shows.
Yep.
Wait, a TV show and a movie. So my point is, if Cyborg blows up, what's Warner Brothers going to do? They can't see like this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And as well, I was going to say, I know how some executive higher up people, they're fucking sneaky and disgusting. Obviously, because Chadwick has passed, I know DC is probably looking to be like, maybe we need a black guy as, you know what I mean? Like kind of thing. Like that's the mentality of, exactly. That's the kind of mentality some of these people have. And it's just like, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know what I mean? Once the Zack Snyder drops or whatever, they're going to be like, oh, we can use him as a poster boy and be like, oh, he can be like, you can be smart like Cyborg or da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But you know what I mean? So it's like, don't do that because I would be heavily, heavily pissed off and I'm already upset.
I was just on Twitter, just trying to read up on what he was saying. There's someone on Twitter called Uber Kryptonian, and basically
Uber Kryptonian.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ray Fisher tweeted, "Perhaps after we lay this investigation to rest, I know one thing though: Hollywood will never be the same." And he adds John Boyega, and John Boyega replied, "Ready when you are." And then in another tweet, the Uber Kryptonian said, "I think Candice Patton should get a seat in this conversation and make it a full round table."
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
but you have to. Sometimes you've got to weed out these fucking germs from the inside out. You know what I mean? And if them man on this whole film are not with it, then bun all of you lot, apart from all of these man and Jason Momoa and and Ray Fisher. You know what I mean? So
it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I hope you wouldn't know this is all racial. I'll never forget, like as well, when Terrence
Howard,
thank you, Isha.
You're welcome.
Left Marvel, left the MCU.
Yeah.
And the higher ups was like, okay, we need another black guy. They were like, who should we get? They will look alike. It doesn't matter. Like, this is how they talk amongst themselves.
Yeah.
They talk. Need to be honest about it and be real about it, not shy away from the fact that this is happening to 3 people. And what do these 3 people have in common besides the as well against their castmates? There's only one thing.
I think
they're black, yeah.
I think at the moment as well, it's like people are actually they're talking about it and people are listening now because of the climate as well. I think this has been obviously going on for so long, and people speak about it, but then it just gets pushed under the rug. But I think now with everything that's going on this year and what's been going on, it's kind of a good and bad thing that people have to die for other people to wake up and see what's actually going on. But in a sense, it's a good thing because people are opening their eyes to what is kind of happening around them, and it gives other people a chance to actually speak up and say what is actually going on in certain industries and be heard, and hopefully change the normality of this, which shouldn't be normal.
Yeah, damn. Exactly. I pity the fool who likes racism. I pity the fool. That's what I'm going to say. Your t-shirt. So, yeah. No, but... bless Ray Fisher, man, and everybody else. And
John Boyega and Candice Patton.
Yeah, man. Aww.
All right. So
Okay.
Hey, we will here at the Source Will keep you updated on any and all events considering this matter.
Yes. Stick with us.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. Is this the end of the show?
Yes. Unfortunately,
This is the end
we've only been able to do the news. So much news. So much.
That's okay.
So much
It's
news.
okay.
Sweet. Boys, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was my review today as well, man.
I'm not even finished. To be honest, I've only watched one episode. I'm going to watch an episode now.
Yeah.
What, of Lovecraft or The Boys?
Boys, I've not watched
Okay.
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to watch
Yeah,
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft's
So
good.
sick.
That was my
It's just
other
that it's on-
review today.
It's just that it's on Sky, and Sky is in the communal room of the house. It's not easy to get to.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But we thank you all for, being here with us today and, just us have our little vent as usual. Again, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, all of that. You know what I mean? If you want some of our merch, go on Teesprings, Teesprings, Springs, and type in the source, the 20, the 20.
Yeah, the source.
The 20.
The source 20.
The source 20. The source 20 for 20% off. Yeah, hoodies, tops, socks, mugs. I saw panties and whatever they got on there. We've got loads of stuff on there. And also, hit us up on the patrons, man. We need to get more. I want a ring light. All these other bitches got ring lights. I want one. Like, maybe I need one. A little, stand. Right now, I'm on a box, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hit us up on the patrons. Little £3, £50, whatever you want, helping us out. Because our lives matter, and this is our job. And we like to do our job for you and for us. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't ask us about, anything Black Panther related because we're still in mourning and I will cut someone. Just letting you know, okay?
The rod man.
We all know what the conversations have been about, but I'm not talking about that right now. We're just honoring Mr. Boseman. Thank you for all of your work. And yes, what are they not allowed to forget?
Wait, hold on.
One
What were you
second,
going to say, Rick?
Sorry, go
We've
ahead.
got the Rodman on Twitch chat. He's
Hi,
asking.
Rodman.
Hey, he's asking where are your social media sites listed? Normally on our Facebook page, on our basically we put this up on YouTube, and on our YouTube page we've got all our socials listed there. But you can just type the Source Wall on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And all our stuff is there, so just type that in and you'll see us on there.
Yeah, man. And thanks for joining us, the Rod, man. Yeah, much appreciated. Tell all your friends.
Everybody who watches, everybody who listens, we appreciate it. Spread the word, spread the love.
Yeah. All our videos are on YouTube, by the way, so catch us.
Yeah, all of it's YouTube. Listen to us on. She already done told you. All I'm going to tell you right now is don't forget to bring a sandwich. You'll be hungry. This is a long show.
Yes.
It is. You know what I mean? We love it. Wakanda forever.
Peace out, everybody.